Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for another war video. So this is war number 3, and I know I haven't uploaded war number 2 yet. I can't upload that one yet. Something so awesome happened in that war that I can't show you guys just yet. But eventually, when I show you, trust me, it'll be worth it. So, getting started in today's war, we're actually going to be bringing in Human Torch. So, really excited about that. First time bringing rank 4 Torch into war. And so actually going to this war, this was the second war while I was on my camping trip. War 2 happened, the first one on the camping trip. And War 2 went extremely well. I'm really excited to show you guys that when I can. But this war number 3, this was the second war during my camping trip. And when the war started, I had my phone nearby, and I just wanted to see who the boss was. Because if the boss was a particular champion, there was a chance that I was going to be taking it. So I think the boss was it Sentinel? I think it was Sentinel. And that got me excited because I was like, yo, I think Torch could be pretty good for Sentinel. But I think it was a Carolina that got assigned to it, so it wasn't me. So I was a little disappointed on that. I was like, okay. But there was also some other Torch fights that I was eyeing this war on path number 9. So there was an Arnim Zola and a Rintrah. Now, my original assignment had this same team, but I think it was Warlock instead of Human Torch. And I was supposed to use like Warlock for the Rintrah, and then like Sentinel or Nefaria for the Arnim Zola or something on path 9. And I was just like, I was already eyeing that path for Human Torch specifically. So I told him what I was thinking, and so it was much different than the assignment, but it worked. And so I got the approval from the officers. they talked amongst each other, and it got approved. I had to show them like a Torch versus Zola fight, which I did. I showed them like what it kind of looked like in Battlegrounds, and I got it approved. So I had got my original assignment updated to kind of the fights that I wanted. So it's just kind of the second half. So I also have a mini boss that I was really supposed to use Warlock for, but I was just going to use Sentinel instead with this team. So, I was a little bit worried and nervous about this war because, I changed the planner's assignments to what I was thinking, when the first war first came out. So I was like, I really looked over those fights a lot and, prepared for them and made sure it was going to work in my mind so that, the one time I asked to change my assignment, like, I don't want to die doing that, So I was really focused on those other fights. However, because of that, I really wasn't so focused on the first couple of fights, like this fight here, Dark Phoenix. Now, you guys know I absolutely hate to fight Dark Phoenix. I don't like to fight her. But with Count Nefaria, it's not too bad in most of my experience. Now, however, this fight, we just get some terrible RNG to start. I do a 5-hit combo, and I get 5 Rupture debuffs on me. So immediately, I just lost like 1/5 of my health, which is a terrible way to start this fight. Now, normally when I fight Dark Phoenix, I always push her to Special 2. That's just how I fight Dark Phoenix. Because with the Special 1, she goes unstoppable, she gets some power gain, it can be super annoying. Now, I've fought Serpent on this exact node. I know this node, and I know it's annoying, but I've done it with Nefaria, multiple times over multiple different seasons, and I never died. I've never once died here with Nefaria against all those Serpents, rank 4 Serpents, it was fine. But this isn't Serpent, this is Dark Phoenix. And so right there, I take a Special 2 to the face, which the fight was already not going very good, and that didn't help. So the problem that I'm encountering here is I'm not able to, build my charges. I've finally just got into my Ionic Overdrive. Like, I haven't been in that all fight. And, once I start to build some charges, and the hazard shift shifts to bleed, and then I lose charges. Right there, you saw I just lost 20 charges, and my health is already super low. I'm at 20%. So, like, I am so worried and nervous right now. I felt like I've been fighting with my back against the wall the entire fight, and I'm cooked, dude. I'm literally just cooked. I'm dead. There's nothing I can do here at this point. With hindsight being hindsight, if I had to do this fight again, I would have completely changed up my strategy. And, the big change that I would have made was I would have baited special ones. Now, I don't have the decelerate synergy with Iron Man, which could be useful for that type of strategy. But I still think it would have been better baiting special ones because she would have gotten more power gain, which means we would have applied more debuffs, which just means we would have had more charges, more time in our ionic overdrive, more damage mitigation, more energy resistance, all that jazz. So, yeah, I think that's really just the biggest thing. I should have been baiting more special ones. The bad RNG at the start didn't help, but the fight could have totally been recoverable if I played it smarter. So that's definitely on me. And it's also just Dark Phoenix, man. She's such an insane, overtuned defender. It's just crazy. And on a node like this, double hazard shift, with retaining 50% of power, like it's just, man, it's a lot. It's so much. So much. So here at the start of this fight as well, like I could have done this to start the other fight. I think that could have helped as well. Just start, with a bunch of parries. Just have a ton of ample charges built up right away. Boom, 186. I was never close to that amount in the first fight. Not once did I get close to that amount of charges. So, yeah, it was on me. Could have played a lot better. Then right there, I throw it into her block by mistake. Just still kind of playing nervous, panicked. And then right there, some unfazed triggers. She hit me with a crit. That's fun. I'm thinking like, oh, am I going to die a second time now to this super fun and interactive matchup? Let's find out here. So, bait that special. Drop a special one. Trying to get back in the ionic overdrive, but I'm struggling. So, go for some parries. One parry. And then, boom. So many special twos. She's almost dead, though. Boom, get her down. That immortality. Trying against my ionic overdrive, but I keep triggering the bleeds. So I'm taking a lot of damage right now. But she's almost dead. And there we go, man. Dark Phoenix down. God, that was so brutal. Like I said, man, I was so focused on all my other fights this war. Like, in my mind, I was just like, auto counter fair. That's an auto counter to Dark Phoenix. Like, I wasn't worried about that fight at all. I was so focused on everything else. And that fight was by far the worst thing all season. That was so horrible, man. Oh my goodness. I feel like if I also had a rank 4 Count Nefaria, that would surely have helped too. Absolutely. It couldn't have made things worse, that's for sure. But yeah, that is my very first death of the season. War 3, first death. So yeah, man, that sucks. But the rest of my fights, I'm looking forward to. Sentinel and Torch. I really like both Sentinel and Torch, playing them, especially in Alliance War scenarios. I just think about one of my best ever streaks in For Loki on one of the older war maps, and I had like a 10 fight war or an 11 fight war or something, and like 8 fights were with Torch or something. Like, it was just crazy. I used to use Torch so much in war. So, started this fight, I'm just trying to build up Sentinel, trying to get those analysis charges. So bait one more special here. There we go. Now our analysis is complete. Looking for a little intercept or something. During the shock phase, Sentinel is not shock immune. So just kind of chilling. That's going to be a common theme this war, with the hazard shift. I'm really only able to attack about 50% of the time in all of my upcoming fights. But I'm not really worried about that. And that was, I'd say, one of the officer's biggest concerns, that yeah, my fight time due to the hazard shift with my change in assignments, it's going to be like 50%. And I told him, it's fine. I'm not worried. Especially when I'm using Human Torch. I'm thinking those fights are going to go very, very fast. So I'm not really too worried. I was a little bit worried about this fight, the rank 4 Dust here. But Sentinel's doing a good job. I threw a special 1 there. I shouldn't have done that. By the time I would have even been able to attack into the armor break, the hazard shift just wasn't lined up, so probably just shouldn't have bothered with that. But it's all good. She's almost dead here to the incinerates. Got the indestructible from triggering a bar of power, so I just need one more combo here. And she blocks this. Again, just, I don't know what's going on with me throwing specials into blocks. But I just need one more good hit here. Boom. There we go. As she went into the sandstorm, as she was about to go indestructible again, she drops. So, yeah, a little bit of a sketchy and stressful start to the war in Section 1 there. But things are about to get a lot more fun. Because Human Torch is about to make his debut in Alliance War at a 7-star rank 4 level. So up first we have rank 4 Rintrah, 700,000 health. So we have Power Focus 2, and then some Hazard Shift, Poison, and Cold Snap. So I'm just double checking to make sure that Human Torch is Cold Snap immune, of course. Of course he is. And yeah, so that's the only time I'm really going to be attacking this Rintrah. Now, I'm not going to be using my Flame On pre-fight. That's going to be saved for the next fight, which is that Arnim Zola. So at the start of this fight, the best thing to do is just build Smolder. So I'm just going to be parrying bit by bit, building up my temperature slowly and building up my Smolders. So boom, there we go. Temperature is maxed. Drop a little heavy attack to get the party started. And so my plan here is just to go to a special 3. Because that's just going to put us in a temporary flame on state, you know, just a smaller scale version of the signature ability. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for game plan. But, you know, leading up to that, just building up to that, I've already taken off 20% off this Rintrah. Now here I make a little mistake, catch a couple hits, I was on the wall. It's alright though, I got my special 3, get some of that adrenaline healing back. And now this is going to put us into our Flame On state. And also apply a nice little Nova Flame on Rintrah too. But I need to bait this special out. Because he got a little bit of power gain there. So I'm like, dude, Rintrah, come on, buddy. There we go. So he took some Power Sting damage. And we got about like 5 to 6 good Nova Flames ticking there. But now the poison phase is back. So we just got to chill, hang out. Again, best thing to do during this time is just to parry a bunch. Build some more Smolders up. We're at 26 Smolders, 27, 28. There we go. Go for a 3-hit combo into the Relic, into the Knockdown, just to keep his charges under control. And then we want to bait out another special 2 from Rinny. There we go. And this fight is almost over. In here for about a minute and a half. And boom, I actually managed to get into a couple more Nova Flames, back into that Flame On state, just for a little bit. And then at the end, just go for it. I got like 5 poisons stacked on me, but the fight's over. So it's fine. Minute 39 seconds, you know, only fighting for half of that time because of Hazard Shift. It's pretty good. So up next now we have a rank 4 Arnim Zola here. And so I'm going to use a little bit of a team potion because I do still need Sentinel for another fight. And then I'm going to heal up Torch with a... I'm going to get my Flame On applied, make sure that's good and ready. How much health does the Zola have? So he's sitting at 550,000, a little over 500,000. And just going to make sure Human Torch is 100% maxed health. So I've been doing some testing, you know, with this matchup. I've tried it in Battlegrounds. It's worked pretty well for me. So it's Hazard Shift, Incinerate, and Bleed. So we can attack during the Incinerate, but not during the Bleed. And there's also One-Eyed Open. So we're not going to be able to parry stun Mr. Arnim Zola here. I'm also going to apply a Invulnerability boost just to be safe. Alright, let's go ahead and get into just double, triple, quadruple checking my boosts and everything. Pre-fights, making sure it's all good. Alright, boom, let's go. Run it. Because again, this was my idea. This entire assignment was my idea. If it doesn't go good, it's my fault. So just start the fight with a light attack. Get off 2 combos. And then boom, another 3-hit combo. And then block that special one. That is the key when fighting Mr. Arnim Zola here. Block those specials. And then boom, heavy counter his heavy. Block another one of his special ones. Dude, we're not even been in the fight for 30 seconds, and we've already melted over half of his health. This is going incredibly well. I just need an opening at this point. So, boom, I'm trying to get an opening. There we go. Beta Heavy. I'm in a full 5 combo. Into special 2. That's going to apply 2 more Nova Flames. And then attack another Nova Flame. Heavy. Bait this. Zola's dead. Cooked. Cooked. Roasted. How long? 42 seconds, bro. 42 seconds. I don't think they're like who would do that fight faster than that? Especially with the bans that they had. Like, my assignment was a very good idea, man. I felt very proud of myself for that. But You know, still mad that I had to start this war with a death. Stupid Dark Phoenix of all champions, man. But now we get to this. Poison and Rupture on this weapon next. So again, my original assignment here was Warlock. And again, my original assignment was like Sentinel for that Arnim Zola. That sounded sketchy for me. I was like, Torch will cook that. I know he will. He sure did. But now I have to use Sentinel for this weapon next. And I wasn't worried. You know, I was telling my officers, like, worst case scenario, if this fight goes really badly, I'll just drop a special 3 and heal the full. Like, you know, Sentinel is that guy. I'm not at all worried. And so we actually get a nice little heavy counter opening right at the start of the fight. That allows us to build up a bunch of our charges. We're at 72 already. Boom. Dude, that's 84, 96. He's so aggressive that he's just ramping me. 100. Boom. We're ramped. Max analysis charges have been reached. Dude, we're good now. Like, I could eat probably like 5 combos from this guy and still be super healthy. You know, it's crazy. His name is Tankinel. He is like the biggest tank in the game, man. It's great. So here I'm just going to drop a special 1. Just get this Folio heal blocked. Boom, there we go. Just chilling right now. Just chilling, minding my business. I decided to go for a heavy. We get lucky on the hazard shift. No ruptures applied. Where was that luck against Dark Phoenix, man? Where was the luck then? Freaking 5 ruptures. First combo of the fight. It was fun. But, yeah, back in the poison mode. Looking for some combos here. I'm really enjoying that heal block that we got on him. And then here, I get a couple ruptures on me. But at this point, I was like, dude, I can just end this fight right now. So boom, I go for another combo, another special. I'm at 6 ruptures now, but I got my relic. I got another combo, got my heavy. And this dude is just cooked, man. He's cooked. Hit him one more time. Even once he's unstoppable, because I know he's dead. That final hit's the killer. The nail in the coffin. And boom, Sentinel cooked, bro. He cooked that so hard. So, this was my, my first war where I really made an impact on assignments and kind of got it changed. So I'm glad my recommendation and assignments at least worked. At least that didn't cause any deaths. Sucks that I died to Dark Phoenix, but thankfully the Alliance played really great as a whole, and we've each war so far this season we've gotten down our total death count. So for this war, we're under actually double digits. We got to 9, and the Book of Ashanti, GG's to these guys, they had 14 deaths. It was pretty close early on. I wasn't sure if we were going to win or not. Really glad that we did, because I did die. Like, I always feel extra worse if I die and we lose, especially if it's close. But I'm really glad we pulled out the dub on this one. And glad that Torch got his chance to cook. I really hope I get assigned Torch some more in the future. But yeah, I'm really excited to show you guys War 2 when I can. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video. First death of the season, unfortunately. But some extra hot, spicy Human Torch fights to make up for it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want some more content. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.